center is Fumihiko Aono, goes 6'11", 265 pounds. And a player to watch on the Japanese team is Takuya Kita, wears number 15, one of Japan's most popular players, considered to be the best player in Japan. Just moments ago, Tom Newell, the coach of the Japanese team, played a practical joke on Rudy Tomljanovic, as Rudy was told to check out the game ball by the official, Romaldos Brzauskas. Here it is. Yes, seems dead. That's bad. Nicely done. There's Tom Newell, longtime NBA assistant coach and scout, director of player personnel, spending time over the years with the Mavericks, the Nets, the Sonics, and the Pacers. His dad, Hall of Famer Pete Newell, who actually was the man who, as the general manager of the NBA San Diego Rockets, drafted Rudy Tomljanovic on the first round.
How about also with them, Elvin Hayes and Calvin Murphy. Pete always had an eye for outstanding talent. One of the truly legendary figures in the history of the game, not only as a coach at the college level where he won the NCAA championship at the University of California, but then also as one of the truly great teachers that we have ever had in professional basketball or college and high school.
And there's Pete's son, Tom. Lithuania. Aono jumping center against Vin Baker of the Seattle Supersonics. So Japan able to control. Japan played here on Sunday against Spain, and they were blasted by the Spanish national team. That's a three-point attempt by Shoji. And here comes Jason Kidd, very instrumental in breaking up last night's game against Spain. Vin Baker.
Well, this evening, mainly because Japan is such a small ball club in size and then in athletic quickness, we'll see the United States be able to run on the break, like right here, get the advantages 2-on-1, 3-on-2, but then also should be able to establish something inside the painted area from the post-up people.
Foul committed by Shoji. Right here, let's take a look at the Hubie Brown Budweiser keys to the game.
Well, we'd like to believe that we know that this is going to be a rout, but we'd like to see the United States team establish an inside play and then also during the course of the evening just isolate and work on some special situations. Hopefully Japan will play some type of a zone so that they'll get a chance to work there and see some of their offensive sets, and then also work on a few special situations. Now that's what I really like. The U.S. is pressing, and they went under to under. Unfortunately for the young fellow who caught the ball as he stepped out of bounds, he just got caught with a violation.
Here's Allen Houston. Allen Houston had the touch last night against Spain, reeling off 8 consecutive points at one stretch. Look out.
One thing with Japan from an offensive standpoint, you have to protect against the three. They love to shoot the three-point shot.
Jason Kidd. Pass intended for Vin Baker, hit from behind by Aono. Tom Newell telling us that Aono has good hands, has to improve his inside moves, and basically his fundamentals.
Well, he's a young player. He's only 22 years of age. He's a university student. So for him, this is an incredible, invaluable experience. If you notice on the breaks early in the game tonight, Vin Baker keeps posting up right in front of the basket. That is by design.
Aono with the rejection.
People love it here, thinking that there would be many rejections, but at the other end of the floor.
Crowd responding as they take another look up on the big board.
Nice.
Off a set play, Allen Houston extends to a 6-0 lead. And once again, Japan turns it over on the inbound.
Well, they're not accustomed to playing against pressing teams to begin with, and never mind be impressed by this type of athletic talent, where not only is the quickness factor, but the size of the athlete.
Baker fouled by Aono. So Vin Baker to the line. Aono committing his second foul. Although they are not eligible for the Sydney Olympics, Japan considered to be an improved ball club. They even participated in the World Championships in Athens in '98 for the first time in 32 years. Timeout is taken.
For me personally, to see guys who can play above the rim, and it makes my job a little bit easier because I can throw it anywhere, and Vince and McDyess and KG can go and get it, and they make me look good. So I've been very impressed with Vince. We've all known that he can jump, but he can play the game of basketball, and he's a competitor and he wants to win, and that's what makes this game so fun.
Well, you're talking about a guy who can make it happen. And Jason Kidd is all about winning and being unselfish. 2 years in a row now, he's led the league in assists with 10 a game. And then also, he's the top guard rebounder. And anytime that you say that you're a top guard rebounder and you're a point guard, you know that you're working hard and you're not afraid to get dirty night in and night out.
Jason mentioning Antonio McDyess, who was sitting it out this evening because of a lower back strain suffered in the second half against Spain last night. As you saw at the start of the telecast, Kevin Garnett out with a jammed finger. 7-0 United States on top, and again they go to the pressure. All over Sacco. Kaluta losing to Abdur Rahim, and it's another turnover forced by the pressure defense by Team USA.
Yeah, unfortunately for Japan. Now, in the first 6 possessions of the game, they're 0 for 3 in field goals, and they have 3 turnovers. But once again, it's the athletic quickness and the fact that they are not accustomed to ever be impressed.
Nice play by Kita on the strip of Baker. Oh, rejected emphatically by Vince Carter.
Nice play by Kita running it down.
Shoji off the ball fake is hit on the reach-in by Carter. Kazuhiro Shoji fouled by Carter.
Well, if you thought that they would take Japan, easily this evening, you can see that the U.S. working very hard. Not only in the traps, but how about this for a rotation and then a shot block by Vince Carter.
And Japan is on the board. That's their first point of the night. Japan coach Tom Newell telling us under normal circumstances, not against the United States, but normally the Japanese players can shoot, play up tempo, push the ball, but defense, another story. And also his concern was going up against the trap, and we have seen the problems they've had here at the start. Abdur Rahim for 3.
Well, it's nice to see him get going here. He's put together 3 years of 22 points or more per season, and this is like a coming out for him because a lot of times Vancouver not on national television, and it's a good chance for him to get major exposure with these Olympics.
Here's Kita trying to do it off the dribble, draws the foul. Blocking foul on Allen Houston.
Now, the rule difference is we're playing 20-minute halves, 40 minutes versus 48 in an NBA game. The lane is only wider behind the basket in the trapezoid. The three-point shooting, it's 1 step. The shot clock, 24 seconds in the NBA, 30 in FIBA basketball, and then the timeout's also different.
So Kita hits on both. Takuya Kita, who in the past have been coming off the bench, but in the starting lineup tonight against the United States. U.S. up 10-4.
When you're looking at the three-point line, remember, it's 1 step. It's a 3-foot difference. The NBA naturally deeper than FIBA basketball, which is even 1 foot further out than college basketball.
Carter able to steal the saving attempt. 3-second violation call.
Well, anytime you have all-star players getting together trying to work out the chemistry, you will have that if you have unselfish guys. Rudy Tomjanovich very happy with this group. He says not only do they work hard, but they're very unselfish, always looking to make the extra pass.
Kita able to get it ahead to Shoji. He got the step rejected by Abdur Rahim.
No mercy here in this game tonight.
They have been pressure right from the start.
That's right.
Intercepted by Shoji. Sacco handling.
He's one of the top guards in all of Asia, and he can play. Now, I know he made a foolish turnover there right now, but he handles well.
Jason Kidd able to take advantage of that turnover. 12-4 the score. Aono could not reach it, and the ball back to the United States.
Anytime that you are overpowered like this, what you should do is just try to make the simple play. See, right there, that was an excellent anticipation by Jason Kidd. And then in the open floor, that's what separates him from other point guards in the league. He can not only can make the pass, but he finishes on the break. Oh, yes.
Carter puts it down. Assist number 4. Recorded by Jason Kidd.
That was a beautiful double screen on the left side of the lane for Carter.
Ono had a notion to fire from deep. For Luta. You can do that in FIBA play.
International play. When that ball hits the rim and is up over the cylinder, you're allowed to take it off the rim.
Houston from downtown.
Oh,
what a play by Kidd. And Abdur Rahim will go to the foul line.
Well, Larry Brown really appreciated that as when the coaches was off right out on the floor clapping. Larry always complimenting his players when they make the great play or also make the extra play. And that was beautiful. A nice collaboration with Jason Kidd, eye contact. And you don't have to do that with Jason, as we know, because that's part of his game to begin with.
Substitution for Japan, Dan Weiss, 6'9" power forward who played college ball at Santa Clara. Spent some time at the Sonics training camp back in 1988. Checked in for the first time. Played some in Turkey before settling in with a Japanese Division II team. Wound up playing in Japan for 8 years and is actually now a Japanese citizen. This is Kita working against the pressure. Weiss with it. This is Dan Weiss. And the opening, but Shoji was turned back and then the follow was hit. Shuichi Ishigizaka, a recent addition to the squad, coming up with a field goal. Baker with the putback.
Aono almost blocked that initial move. But what I like about Baker this evening is he's really attacking the rim. It doesn't make a bit of difference who they're playing against. It's just nice to see that they're looking inside this evening and not just settling for perimeter or keep the dribble. Get the ball inside, reward the big guys for their hustle in backing up the pressing and trapping, and also for their rebounding.
And Vin Baker knows that he's going to get the playing time tonight with both Kevin Garnett and Antonio McDyess sidelined by injury. We're talking about the problems of equal distribution of minutes, and it's kind of worked its way out here this evening.
Well, that's a good point, Marv, because we have 12 players here. The coaching staff is trying to do the loaves and the fishes. And we all know that it's impossible with 40-minute game to get everyone equal time. So the players have been averaging between 14 minutes to 20 minutes maximum a game. But tonight, everyone can play a half a game, 20 minutes, because we have Garnett and McDyess out of there, and that makes it easier for the coaching staff.
Arif Abdur Rahim making his first start on this exhibition tour. Japan able to beat the press. This is Kita trying to go all the way and draws the foul. So Takua Kita showing his acceleration.
Well, you brought out a good point earlier, Marv, and that is the fact that he is the #1 player on this team. And you can see he can handle the ball well. We know that he's an excellent three-point shooter because he displayed that in the game with Japan with Spain on Sunday. And he handles well and attacks the basket.
Alonzo Mourning getting set to check in for the first time. Now Kidd facing some pressure. Kidd and Houston in the backcourt with Baker up front along with Abdur Rahim and Carter. Foul called against Japan. It was on Hasegawa.
You know, in coaching in the United States, there's a statement, and it's a good one. Always press a pressing team, because they understand the psychology of the press. Just don't try to steal a ball, just play possession of the floor. And it's kind of interesting when coaches do that to the great pressing teams at the high school and college levels in the States.
Japan started to go to the light press and then drop back. Mourning turns it over. Weiss. Hasegawa. Oh, the three. Kita able to knock it down. He now has 7.
Oh, he's showing that he knows how to play. There's no doubt about it. He's a very established player in the country. He's been MVP, voted the best player in the league on a number of occasions. And in the last 3 years, his team has been in the Japanese final in the Pro League.
Ball was kicked by Kita. On Sunday in the opening game of this round-robin tournament, Japan lost to Spain convincingly, 99-58. Kidd. Hasegawa. And this is Kita on the penetration. Abdur Rahim to Carter. Oh, nice return pass. Abdur Rahim giving the United States a 21-11 lead.
That was a beautiful pinpoint bounce pass by Vince Carter. Right on the money.
Hasegawa picked up by Abdur Rahim. This is Weiss. And the shot by Hasegawa hits the 3. Makoto Hasegawa, Rookie of the Year, most valuable player this past season in the Japanese Basketball League.
Not bad. First year in the league, Rookie of the Year and MVP. And you can see that you must pay attention to this team. Now, we know that they're overmatched incredibly at each position, but the main thing is they shoot the 3. They make that catch, and they're running on the fast break to look for the 3.
Tom Newell's telling us that most of his players greatly influenced by watching NBA games and watching the long-range shooting of the NBA players. They get 2 to 4 games per week here in Japan from TNT and Freddie. So nice pass. Carter got a piece of it. Here's Weiss on the follow.
See, everyone wanted shot blocking. The referee turned around and told their bench the ball was below the basket, and you're allowed to take it off the glass in that situation.
Foul was called on Ishizaka, Tom's interpreter during practice sessions and during games, as we saw right here. Yasuhiro was an intern under George Karl in Seattle. In fact, has great respect for George's organizing skills and the way he communicates with his players. Cato attended UNLV and was a team manager. In fact, it was Tim Bergerich who brought Cato to Seattle, and now he is back here in Japan as an assistant coach. Gary Payton for Alonzo Mourning, and the foul against Japan.
In the early going, I'm very happy for the Japanese team and also for the sellout crowd here, because their team, even though they are overwhelmed here in regards to the talent level, they are actually getting accustomed to the press. They're attacking in the open floor. They're looking for their three-point shots. We are not seeing any air balls. The balls are right on the rim or in for threes, and they're hanging around early, and they were not intimidated by all that shot blocking in the first 4 or 5 possessions.
And I know they were watching the game last night in awe as they watched the U.S. in particular pouring it on against Spain in the second half, and there were many people after hearing about the reaction of the Japanese players who felt that this one would be out of hand immediately. Well, it eventually will be out of hand, but yes, as you say, they're hanging in. Steve Smith getting to that rebound. Here's Payton, back to Smith. Carter. Yes. The United States up 26-16.
Vince Carter is now 7 for 9 in the 4 exhibition games from behind the arc.
Hasegawa off the mark.
Oh, pretty pass.
Payton able to get it back. 3-second violation called on the U.S. for the second time.
Now, that's more than we see in a month in the NBA, but in FIBA basketball, you're going to get it. Now, keep an eye on this pass. Look, what a beautiful. Now, that went right through 3 defenders and put it right on the money to Gary Payton.
Naya with the shot. Mourning. Nice box out of Weiss. Carter on the reverse set up by Smith. So Vince is 4 for 4 from the field. He has 10 points.
Beautiful pass by Steve Smith. Eye contact set up that entire play.
Nice move off the dribble to set it up for Arimo. He's a good 3-point shooter.
Steve Smith doing yeoman work underneath in the rebounding department.
Payton is fouled. Although Payton and Kidd are on the floor, Smith has been the setup guy.
Now keep an eye to the right. Now you're going to see Vince Carter up and at him. Beautiful pass by Steve Smith, right on the money, setting Carter up. Now here comes Carter on a beautiful reverse move on his defender.
Ray Allen, Tim Hardaway coming on for the first time. Gary Payton at the line. Gary is 74% free throw shooter. So Rudy Tomjanovich now has a combination of Payton and Hardaway in the backcourt. Mourning with Smith and Allen. Actually going with a small team. Alonzo Mourning, the only big man. Payton reaching in, called for the foul.
With McDyess having a problem with his lower back, let's hope that this is something that can be resolved quickly. We understand that Kevin Garnett has that jammed finger. We know that that is something which can, come about and be solved in a few days. You know that he'll be playing and playing at his best. But when you're talking about a lower back, that's a different subject. Hopefully McDyess will be able to overcome this, come back, because the United States really needs his rebounding. He has been the leading rebounder in the first 3 exhibition games.
Now Steve Smith posting off the double, able to get inside and hit.
That was pretty. They blocked that right into the basket.
Hasegawa try to run the floor. Weiss with the opening for 3. Arimo. Weiss. And again Smith on the box out. Gary Payton somehow cited by Ray Allen. 9-0 run by the United States. They have their biggest lead. They've doubled up the score. They lead 32-16. Arimo. Arimo not able to get off.
In last night's game when they played Spain, Spain was able to get 11 to 12 offensive rebounds in that first half. Well, we know that with the size difference here, we're not going to see that from Japan. Plus, Japan has no inside game. Everything is basically a perimeter type of shot. So we have a lot of long rebounds, and Steve Smith has got to be up there right now as our leading rebounder.
Shogi checking back in. Weiss sitting down. 8.5 left in the first half. Marv Albert, Hubie Brown, and Craig Sager from Japan. Last touched by the United States.
Well, you know, Marv, on Saturday, the last exhibition game we played in Australia, and that'll be a very good test because the game is sold out. The women are going to play the Australian women, a great doubleheader, because both of these teams expect to medal. Then the United States will have at least a week to work on their game, and they'd need that at that time. They'll be a good time to go head-to-head, first unit, second unit, and then really get down to brass tacks.
Remo able to hit from the outside. That's his first field goal.
One of the better players in the history of basketball in Japan. Oops.
I thought that was headed your way.
Oh, now listen, after last night, you handling that one with a little soft, feathery touch with your left hand. Come on.
I appreciate that, Hubert. Offensive foul. And a timeout call. Ray Allen called for his first. Just under 8 to go in this first half. The U.S. with a 32-18 at back. This earlier in the first half.
Open close. He's setting the screen on me.
Now keep an eye to the top of your screen here. Now there's a double right there for Vince Carter. Beautiful look by Jason.
Assists. That was assist number 4 for Jason Kidd, who had a part of the first 5 buckets by the United States with 2 points and 4 assists. Asagawa for 3. And the foul against the United States. It's on Alonzo Mourning. 16th foul under FIBA rules on the 8th team foul of the half. It is over the limit, and you get the bonus. Remo looking for the shot, hit his last. You knew he wanted to take that.
Absolutely. You know, they have nice spacing. They move the basketball around, and they get it from one side of the floor to the other, which is always a #1 rule of offensive play. Make the defense cover the ground. They're moving the ball. They're getting nice shots. Unfortunately for them, they cannot shoot a high percentage.
Steve Smith has had an outstanding all-around first half. That's his second field goal. He has 4 points. 34-18. The U.S. on top. Sacco.
As a team, they're looking for more from Sacco. Sacco's really an excellent player and a big-time scorer. And for some reason, he's shooting the ball very, very hard at the basket, and he's being very careless with the basketball. We're talking about one of the premier guards that we have in Asian basketball. And watching him play against Spain on Sunday, he really can lead a team. He's got good leadership skills, but they need him to make a couple of field goals here.
Shoot him.
Alonzo Mourning being held by Satoru Faluta. And the foul is called. It is number 13. Actually, at the start of camp, Tom Newell told him if he did not shape up or show any kind of progress, he would be cut from the squad. Made major strides, and turns out he's in the starting lineup.
Well, yeah, and it's, as we all know, you have to do that with a lot of players because they get in cruise control, because when you come to a national team, it's just like our players coming from their teams. You come with a complacency. You might be the big gun where you're at. You know, you're getting all the shot attempts. Everything revolves around you. You're the go-to guy. All of a sudden, you come here, you're just another guy. Even at their level, which I like Tom Newell, when they asked him, you know, what level of play do you think your team is at? And he said a lower Division I team, and that's about the type of talent we have.
You buy that?
Yeah, I buy that, yeah.
Well, they've held up in this first half. Down at this point, 35-18. Payton called for the foul. That is his second. As you mentioned a moment ago, tomorrow the U.S. team will move on to Melbourne, Australia, continuing training. They'll play one more exhibition game against Australia. That's this. Alonzo Mourning sitting down. And Payton with a couple of personal fouls. Did not like that last call. Let's check in with Craig.
Well, Marv, it's the same thing we saw last summer in Puerto Rico when Brazauskas, the referee from Lithuania, not only called a couple of quick fouls on Gary Payton, but also gave him a technical, and he fouled out of a game. And he was warned earlier in the tournament about last night's game, but apparently, again, they're going at it. Marv?
Yes, Craig mentioned that last
he
night.
did,
Little
last night.
international feud here. Now,
right there, we just saw a back screen. All right, when you set a back screen like that and the team on defense is pressing, they do not see that back screen. And they run right into Gary Payton. Now watch, see, he sets the screen, boom, there's the contact. Now, if the referee is watching the ball and not watching that pick collision there right now, that was unfair because that should have been called on the defender.
instead it was called on Sacco. Just under 6 minutes left in this first half. Nice pass from Allen. Baker on the follow. United States up by 17. Sacco setting it up. Kita is back on the floor. Leon Okoshi way off on that attempt from the corner. That's his first field goal attempt. Jason Kidd rescuing Gary Payton. Rudy T does not want to see him get into any more trouble.
Mainly because this referee is one of the top referees in all of FIBA basketball. You know you're going to see him in the Olympics. He's an outstanding referee with a great reputation.
Vin Baker with a post-up move over Satoru Faluta. Baker 3 of 6, 7 points. Nice pass.
Oh, you see? Now that should have been a made layup by one of your best players. And I don't know what his problem is here tonight, but everything that he is throwing up, he's looking for the foul rather than shoot the basketball.
Kita met by Kidd. Last touch by Jason Kidd.
The fact that the United States is switching on defense on every ball cross. So if a man dribbles off of a screen and looking for a screen and roll, it doesn't matter. The United States just switches because it doesn't make a bit of difference who they play here. Oh, great back door.
Nice pass thrown by Faluta, not handled. So the U.S. right back. Turnover number 9 committed by Japan. And an offensive foul. Foul committed by Baker. That's his second.
At the offensive end of the floor, Japan running some very nice things. They're running back doors from the corners and getting open. Unfortunately for them, they either missed the pass or they missed the layup. Again, what they have to do here is they also have to solve the switching and take the guys through rather than just level off and let the United States dominate them.
Shows you had the step and then recovery made by Smith, who deflected it out. Sacco will throw in. But first, timeout taken. 4:33 left in this.
Somewhere in one, definitely, possibly 2 games where you have to come with your A game and really perform in the last 10 minutes, because that's exactly what happened in '96. Australia and Yugoslavia played the United States tough, especially in the first half, and we're fairly close in the middle of the second half, and then the U.S. would run away from them in the last 10 minutes.
And the United States on an 18-4 run. Tim Hardaway able to finish it. Over the last 7.5 minutes, they've pulled away. They now lead 41-20. Good play by Allen on the strip. Hardaway from Allen.
See, this group, you can see they get along as people. They get along. The coaching staff very impressed with all the players on Team USA, and that will always make for chemistry. They will look for one another, and they will give it up if a guy cuts, and that's always something that you love, because if you're going to work hard, you always want to be rewarded.
Faluta rejected by Baker. Oh, Steve Smith taking it to the rim. Smith 3 of 4 from the field, has 6 points. Here's Kita for 3. Takuya Kita from downtown. He now has 5 points.
He's nice. He really reads the defense like an NBA player would. He knows how to bump off of screens. And when he makes the catch, he does not need to dribble to take a three-point shot.
And Baker extending to the 47-23 lead as we come up on 2.5 remaining in the first half.
Vin Baker saying, this reminds me of my days at Hartford College.
Yes.
You know,
Jason Kidd with the look away and then took it to the hoop.
Mark, the fans are loving this. They're really loving this because this is they're here to root for their team. They know they're heavy underdogs, but they want the United States guys to play and put on a show, and they're doing that.
Well, the popularity of the NBA is enormous here in Japan. As I mentioned earlier, they see 2 to 4 games a week on television. Ray Allen. And Hubie, you are huge in the Tokyo area. I have seen kids walking down the street saying, if you're Tom Newell.
Yeah. Big thing here in basketball. They love basketball here for years. Japan played in the Olympics in 1936, but women's basketball, the professional league here, is big. You have the league in Italy and then the league in Spain. They're the highest money places for women from around the world to come and play in. So the women's game has been big time for years and years here.
4 opportunities for Japan. Hardaway for Kidd to Baker. 53-23. The U.S. on top. Vin Baker with 11 points, and Jason Kidd now has 8 assists.
This is a good example of why it's so difficult to win against a talented team from outside if you're going to rely strictly on threes, because you have to shoot such a high percentage. Now they're getting many wide open shots, and the guys are letting them take them. Unfortunately, it's difficult to knock them down.
Same combination. Baker from Kidd. Down to 20 seconds remaining in the half.
When a team pressures you, they take a lot of steam out of you. They wear you down physically. Then when they are always fast breaking against you, you get heavy legs. Heavy legs are one of the #1 negatives for three-point shooting.
Final seconds of the half. Here's Allen from center court.
Oh, yes.
Ray Allen concludes matters in this first half by hitting from way downtown.
Well, Ray came into this in 3 exhibition games. He's 8 for 16 from the perimeter, and it's nice to see him knock one down from the step over half court.
The U.S. ends the half on a 35-7 run over the last 12 minutes. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig?
Well, despite that great shot at the end of the half, the story was the inside game. Right from the start, you went after him. Kevin Garnett out, Antonio McDyess out. What was the strategy?
Well, it's important that we got inside on them, Craig, and we feel like they're a smaller team, and it was, important that we established ourselves early in the inside.
Hubie said at one point, looked like you're having as much fun as you had at Hartford dominating.
I'm having a lot of fun. This is a great time for me. The opportunity to represent my country. I'm in great shape, and I feel good doing it.
All right, thanks a lot. Let's come back to Marvin Hubie.
All right, Craig. Vin Baker, high point man, 13 for the first half. Missed his first 3 shots. Since then, he's gone 6 for 6. Team USA with a 58-23 lead over Japan.
Medal. It will depend upon the Lithuanian team, whether Sabonis and Country will the real older players still be with the Lithuanian team. Now, we know that in this exhibition game on Saturday, this will really be a telling sign about where this team is. They'll be on unfriendly grounds. Plus, they have a number of ex-NBA players on the Australian team, so it'll really be a good test, Mark.
Asagawa had the hot hand of the first half, not able to connect. Crowd gets very quiet
Yes,
at times, like right now. Kid's pass picked off by Hasegawa.
Hasegawa is a real scrapper. You can see how in this type of an environment that he plays in here, how he could be Rookie of the Year and also the MVP. He's got some talent. He's a tough guy.
Kid met by Hasegawa. And the foul is called as Carter is pushed. Foul on Koji Naya.
Whenever you're coaching a team and you lack, you know, any type of post-up presence, and that's what they have here with the Japanese team. Everything has to come from the threes, but then also quick ball movement and then penetration off the dribble. Now, unfortunately for them, the U.S. guys can defend them, and even if they can't stop them, they can block the shot.
Naya able to drill it. That's his first field goal. 58-26, United States. Abdur Rahim played by Weiss. Carter guarded by Arimo. Goes to the spin. Shot clock down to 4. Houston comes back to Allen Houston. Sloppy play at both ends. Offensive foul on Hasegawa.
See, Hasegawa said that Vince Carter hit him with a forearm and knocked him in. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, there it is right there. Vince Carter is the one that knocked Hasegawa into that, and he was absolutely correct.
Instead, his third personal foul. Baker off the nice touch pass, able to spin on Aono.
Poor Aono. He was still looking over to the left side of the lane. That was a very nice move by Baker.
Naya met by Baker. Shot clock down to 6. Arimo likes to shoot from out deep.
Arimo is the premier three-point shooter in this country, and for years, and also one of the better scorers. And tonight he's just been taken right out of the game.
Hasegawa going glass.
I like Hasegawa. I mean, I know I seem to be talking about him over and over and over. He really has a nice game.
Kind of a melodic name also that sticks with him. Allen Houston off the baseline move, beating Arimo. Naya works the pick. Here's Weiss. Foul committed by Abdur Rahim.
Foul is on number 15.
Whenever you coach all-star talent like Rudy Tomjanovich and Larry Brown, Gene Cady, and Tubby Smith here, you know that you're looking for the chemistry factor first. Then what you're trying to do is put together 5 guys out there where the athletic talent complements one another, and that's not necessarily so by just saying we'll put any 5 out there. Some guys are stronger defensively than others. Some guys are very good with the dribble and also can make the pass and create it off the dribble. So there are a number of things that you're looking for here, and then you're asking all of these star players to take less minutes and then give up the shot attempts.
And tonight, as we mentioned earlier, the distribution of playing time made easier because of the injury suffered by Kevin Garnett, who's out with a jammed finger. Antonio McDyess sidelined by that lower back sprain. Timeout has been called. 15:50 to go.
今度はラキム。
ダンク1本やられても、沈まないでほしいですよね。自分たちがやることを忠実にやってほしいですよ。
カーター、そしてラキムと連続でダンクショット決まっています。日本は外のシュート、外のシュートばかりになるのはもう一体仕方ないですか。
はい、そうですね。今もうその そういうプレーをやってきてるんでね、練習を。
残り14分台、66対29です。さあ、納谷浩二。
さあ、そうですね、ここ頑張って。
さあ、ワリカボールです。ビンベーカーから。
あそこもがっちりとポストアップしてほしかったんですけどね。
そしてビンベーカー。まだボール持っている。おっと、はい、パス回した。最後はカーターですが、これはノーバスケット。3セカンドバイオレーションです。
もうパスも目まぐるしいですよね。
そうですね。今もらった方が一瞬びっくりしたようなパスもありましたけれども、
早いですよ、パス回しが。
ここですよね、ここのパスから最後はカーターのダンクではありましたが、制限区域内に3秒以上いたということで、3セカンドバイオレーションでした。
はい。しかし日本はそのオフェンスもディフェンスも特にディフェンスはプレッシャーをかけていってほしいですね。
さあ、佐古が入って、そして北も入っています。
小池さん、その北選手の談話ですがね、常に体が当たっている状況が多いんで、もう疲れ方というのが並大抵ではないということなんです。で、その段階でも走られてしまうという話してましたね。
やはりこのボディーコンタクトによる疲労度。
Thanks, guys. I thought he'd be strong play-by-play as usual. I thought the color commentator was talking too much.
Yeah, right.
Nice job.
Now they have a lot of enthusiasm. I happened to watch the game on Sunday against Spain. And then also they had the United States versus the College All-Star game from Hawaii. They did that late at night on the ESPN station in Japanese. So, you know, I'm well reversed. I knew exactly what they were talking about.
NHK broadcasting. Now, you did not realize if you pushed the bilingual button, you would hear it in English.
That's right.
But you were checking them out. Get a little preview for tonight's television. Once again, Vince Carter on the alley-oop. 68-29. United States leading Japan. 13 and a half remaining in the game. Carter 6 of 8, 14 points in all. Payton finding Baker. Gary Payton, nice backdoor flip.
Well, this is a major thrill, a great experience for the players who are out on the floor playing against these people. And that's exactly what they were expressing over the days here. They could not wait to get on the floor. So many heroes here are wearing the dark uniforms. And it's so nice, though, to see that the people in the stands are having a great time. They're really having a great time, and they appreciate the fact that their guys are not dying, that they're trying hard here. They're really trying hard.
It's a carnival atmosphere in the stands. And it's unusual to see because it's obviously a home crowd or a hometown crowd if you compare it to an NBA city, but they are very happy to see the exploits of the United States team.
Well, you know, they've heard so much, and then they've seen Vince Carter winning the slam dunk contest, you know, at All-Star Weekend. But tonight, they're actually seeing him put on a show in the open floor.
Sacco handling against Payton. Sacco and Kita in the back row. That's Kita with it. Steal by Abdur Rahim. Sacco chasing Abdur Rahim. Able to protect the ball. And despite the fact that Abdur Rahim is 6'9", handled it well. Alonzo Mourning getting sent to check back in. Timeout has been called. Just under 12 minutes remaining in the second half. The U.S. with a 72-31 lead. 1992 in Barcelona. Look at the average margin of victory. And earlier we asked Gary Payton about the pressure for this club to win by big margins in Sydney.
I think we shouldn't compare ourselves to 92 or 96. I think we should take one game at a time and just play everybody. It doesn't matter if we're trailing or if it doesn't matter if we're up by 10 or 15. As long as what matters is that we get a win. And when we get a win, we don't want to be the Olympic team that was known to not win the gold medal. That'll be the biggest disappointment and the talk of for years. So we have to understand we can't compare ourselves to 92, 96. Them players is over. They were in their prime at that time. Now we're in our prime right now, and we're represented. So we have to go out and just win basketball games and don't think about nothing else.
Yeah, I like that approach. This is a different team, different chemistry, different image. They have different types of players. There's a lack of a major dominant center here, where 92 and 96, they had all kinds of legendary top 50 players in the history of the game. So it's a different type of ball club. This club is younger, very quick defensively, and it remains to be seen if they can hammer teams by 30-plus points. But unfortunately, fans in the United States expect a 30-plus victory every night.
I'll never forget the first time that the Dream Team of 92 took the floor in the Tournament of Americas in Portland, and just seeing the combination of Magic, Michael, Larry Bird, just the whole group. Nothing to do with playing the game, just seeing all these guys on one team was amazing. Sacco off the mark, and the pass saved by Payton. Allan Houston trying to get tricky, going behind the back. The ball back to Japan. We go to Craig.
Well, the United States not needing Kevin Garnett tonight out with the sprained or jammed fingers, nor Antonio McDyess with a lower back sprain. But Hubie mentioned some down in this tournament. They're going to need you. The concern about your back.
Well, I just feel like, you know, I could have played tonight, but I was just trying to be a little cautious. Not to go out there and get hurt any more than it is. I'm just going to let it rest and just wait till the next game.
Have you had a lower back sprain before? Because sometimes they linger for a long time.
Yeah, I have. I mean, but it's only went about 2 or 3 days, and I feel like this is the same way. I go about 2 or 3 days, I feel, and you know, it's not serious, not serious. I just feel like, you know, I need a little rest. I went out there today. I was gonna play, went out there, start jumping, but it kind of got a little tight on me, so you know, I just been cautious and gonna sit down.
All right, good help. Let's go back up to Marvin Hubie.
Craig, arigato. Hubie, that is thank you in Japan. That's the extent of what I have picked up here in my 5 days in Tokyo. Antonio McDyess of the Denver Nuggets sitting it out with the back problem. Kevin Garnett is out, as Craig mentioned, with the jammed finger.
Well, McDyess, a late addition to the team, once Duncan said that he could not play, is the leading rebounder of this club, and the coaching staff just loves the power and the strength that he adds to the ball club in the painted area.
Ray Allen firing one up. It will be U.S. ball. United States now with Alonzo Mourning, Shareef Abdur-Rahim up front, Allan Houston, Gary Payton, and Ray Allen.
Well, in the first half, they got away with that lob for an easy layup. That time, the defender was right on it.
And the foul is called as Faluta try to go baseline. Foul on Abdur-Rahim. That is his fourth. Earlier we mentioned that Jason Kidd agreed to wear the wireless microphone from time to time. We'll check out Jason.
By yourself. Shot. Go, go, go. Oh. I'm here. By yourself. By yourself. Get up, B. Get up. Get up, B.
And back to the live action as Sacco came up short. Here's Houston for three. And the foul is called. Foul on Mourning. That is his second. The High Point men For the United States, Vin Baker, 17 points, 8 of 13 from the field. Vince Carter has 14 on 6 of 9, and Sharif Abdur-Rahim with 14 points. Just under 8 minutes to play.
Well, this group that's out on the floor for Team USA right now, you like to see Alonzo Mourning get involved. Now, that was a beautiful guard around. That's an old play back in the 40s that University of Kentucky used to run all the time. And he turned that corner and took it strong.
Ray Allen knocks it down. He has 8 points. Shoji Aono. So the big guy goes 6'11", about 265 pounds. That's his first bucket. Fumihiko Aono.
All the big players here, they lack the post-up game with the back to the basket, and they're more comfortable catching the ball, turning around and facing, and then shooting.
Foul is on number 15.
Foul committed by Kita. And a timeout taken. It's at the line. Alonzo may have to miss a couple of games in Sydney. His wife, Tracy, expecting their second child during the 2000 Olympic Games, and Alonzo will juggle his schedule with his family responsibilities. He is determined to be by his wife's side when she gives birth, so plans call for Alonzo to play in the first 3 preliminary round games and then leave Sydney on September 22nd, fly home to Miami. His wife will be induced to give birth on September 23rd. Then he plans to leave Miami the next day and arrive back in Sydney on September the 26th. That is, Hubie, an 18,630-mile round trip, better than 9,000 miles each way.
I'm tired just thinking about it, okay? And never mind coming back and expecting to play back-to-back nights. Let's just hope that everything works out for the family.
Well, he vows that he'll be there. Nice move by Hasegawa. Payton draws the double. Here's Smith. Mourning recovers and is hammered.
Alonzo Mourning, when you think about it, has been on the floor for a number of minutes here tonight, and we've hardly mentioned his name. Mainly because with this unit that he has been playing on, everything has been transition basketball, and he's been the trail man. So that's why when you get in games like this, what you try to explain to your guys, look, it's great to play transition, but anytime we slow down, let's reward the big fellas, because we know that when it gets to be crunch time in the close games, we need the presence in the post area.
A reminder, you can log on to usabasketball.com to read an exclusive question and answer session with Vince Carter. Vince sharing his thoughts on the Olympic experience in part 1 of this one-on-one interview. usabasketball.com, the official site of USA Basketball. Kita played by Payton. Hasegawa. Aono. And the foul is called as Shoji was hit. Let's check in with Craig.
Well, thank you, Marv. I'm in the stands here, the sold-out arena with my buddy Rio. How you doing? All right, of all the jerseys, you have Gary Payton's. Why?
Because he's the best point guard ever.
Best ever?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Have you seen some of the other great ones before his time?
Yeah, some of them. I like Isaiah, but he plays more like he enjoys games.
What about Magic Johnson? Did you like him?
Yeah, sure.
He wasn't too bad either, was he?
Lane violation.
How often do you watch the games from the United States?
All the time. Every night.
Now, normally, the crowd would root for the home team. Why are you rooting for the United States?
Because they're dream team.
Are you enjoying this tournament?
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot. Let's go back to Maher.
Craig antagonizing the Japanese fans the past couple of days. with just under 6 minutes remaining in the second half. 84-41, the U.S. on top. Crowd responding as Shoji sits down with 4 points. Asagawa's pass intercepted by Kidd. Mourning for the reverse stuff. Alonzo has 7 points.
Well, he was hammered on that last shot. It went all the way down to the Budweiser side. It was just jogging back. Fortunately for the quick steal, he's rewarded, and he was kind of embarrassed because he was still in the back court.
10 assists for Jason
nice
Kidd.
steal.
And Gary Payton chased by Kita.
The long arms, the quickness. Very few people in the NBA play the passing lanes better than Gary Payton. When they were in Puerto Rico a summer ago, they played Jason Kidd and Gary Payton together, and they pressed, never took the press off, and they would get between them anywhere between 6 and 8 steals a night, got them out in the open floor. Gary was the leading scorer in Puerto Rico, did a terrific job, and played off of Jason Kidd as if they've been playing together all their lives.
Gary Payton is the only returning member from the 1996 Olympic team. Grant Hill would have been the other, but forced to withdraw to recover from that broken ankle. Steve Smith taking the pass from Gary Payton was fouled.
It's nice to see Jason Kidd, after breaking that bone in his left foot, in the month of March. Now, we know that he came back at playoff time in that LA series, made a heavy contribution, but he could not be consistent. Every other night, it was very difficult for him. And it's so nice to see him healthy. He's back. He's running hard, making things happen. And I asked him, you know, how he feels about it. Does he have any pain at all? Absolutely none. He's very happy with the way things have mended, and that's great to see because he plays with a lot of heart, a lot of determination, and he involves every guy who's on the floor with him.
Jason will be going into his 5th year with Phoenix after nearly 3 seasons with Dallas. Once again led the NBA in assists a year ago. There's another steal. Kidd looking around and then passes off the backboard to Allen.
Well, he thought Allen was still coming, but Allen slowed down. He was looking for an off-the-board dunk. The trade from Dallas to Phoenix was a tremendous shot in the arm for Jason's career because of the style of play. He's made for that style, wide open basketball, go get it, and give it to us for a full 48 minutes.
Here's Smith going behind the back, finding Payton, and the tip by Allen, who has enjoyed himself throughout the night. 12 points for Ray Allen.
Well, Ray Allen and Vince Carter are the only 2 players who have scored double figures in all 4 exhibition games, shooting a very high percentage.
93-41, United States in front of Japan. Alonzo for 3. Gary Payton.
Well, he loves to play with his back to the basket, especially on that left side of the floor. Has a fine game down in there.
Coming up on 3 minutes remaining. Kita looking for a shot using the screen and hits the 3. Kita with 13 points.
Well, I can see why they rate him the #1 player. He's definitely heads above the rest of the guys on this ball club.
And then Payton right back to beat Kita to the back door. 97-44 with 2.5 to go. Here's Kita again. Traveling violation on Payton.
Payton is saying, that guy is picking on me.
Winding down, the United States on its way to another convincing victory.
Well, I think that this was a good run for them. They'll hit the Trailways tomorrow. They'll get down into Melbourne, play Australia on Saturday night, which will be an excellent test because they have a lot of size down there. NBA players up front with Luke Longley and Anstey and Brad Key, guys who have played in the league. A lot of physical size up front, and then in the backcourt with Heel and Andrew Glaze and a number of other players. At least they'll be playing against guys who have been in the NBA. It'll be a hostile type of environment and a good test for the ball club.
Kept alive by Faluta. Here's Weiss. Naya. Once again, Japan getting the outside opportunities, and Sacco does it on the drive.
They've been waiting for Sacco all night.
Foul is called on Faluta. And here is tonight's AT&T connection of the game.
Nice reverse move by Vince. A little short. Great catch. And you can see Carter a little concerned about the defender that time as he accidentally hit him as he was stuffing the ball through.
Payton set it up. Abdur Rahim not able to complete it. Abdur Rahim got a piece of it. Payton with a 3-on-2. Carter leading.
Oh, yes. Beautiful.
Ray Allen and Vince Carter combining. Carter has 16 points. And the crowd loved it. Incidentally, Hubie, the top ticket price is 30,000 yen, which my quick mathematics tells me about $300 American dollars. Once again, it's Carter. Off the turnover with just under 1 minute remaining in the game. Abdur Rahim. Carter wanted the alley-oop.
Yeah, well, Smitty right now is doing a lot of playground stuff, and that was very clever, okay? That was really clever. He rolled that one right around the defender. The defender had no idea where the ball was.
And a three for Mion Nkoshi. With 25 seconds remaining in the game. Steve Smith with another nice head fake. So 11 for Smith. Carter is the high man with 18. Tim Baker with 17. Ray Allen finished with 12. And the United States has defeated Japan by the score of 105-49. Mason Kidd finishing up with 11 assists. The U.S. now 4-0 in exhibition play. Victories over Canada, the USA select team. They beat Spain last night, 95-66. And they complete this round-robin tournament with the convincing win over Japan. Final score 105-49. Here's Craig.
Well, in a team of all-stars, once again, these two have scored in double figures. Vince Carter and Ray Allen. A lot to talk about, but that last dunk with a great assist. How'd you guys figure out what you're going to do on that play?
Well, like I said before, you can throw the ball anywhere around the rim and Vince will go get it, and he was there.
This is our reaction. We're having a good time. That's one thing about this team. We're versatile. And you got a lot of great passes, great scorers, great shooters, and great defenders. So you just read each other.
Marv Albert said when you're down 53 and Vince Carter checks into the game, you know you're in trouble. What did you want to do or create those last couple of minutes?
I was just having fun and just getting some reps in. One thing, we're just trying to get better because our goal is still winning the Olympic gold, not just for Showtime, but also to get better.
This has been a chance for you really to blossom. Coming out, we're on national TV a lot during your career so far. How have you been able to just adapt so easily?
Well, I play in a small market. I try and get all I can. I'm around a great group of guys. We go out there and we play hard, and I think being on this team for me has been great. I've enjoyed myself, and I get to showcase my talent.
What about looking ahead? Is there anything that you feel you guys have to work on or improve?
Just getting better and understanding, what we all like to do. I think that's the most important thing. Is a lot of these teams have played together for 4 or 5 months, and we haven't played together but 12 days. So I think we're gelling pretty good, and we have to continue to play. That's all.
Well, good luck and thanks for all the highlights.
Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Let's go back now to Marvin Hubie.
All right, thank you, Craig. Vince Carter, high man with 18. Ray Allen had 12. Once again, the usual balanced attack for the United States team. 105-49 the final. We'll be back with more from Japan in a moment.
That's the fact that Spain out-rebounded you. What did you have to do personally, knowing that Kevin Garnett and Antonio McDyess were playing?
I knew I was going to end up playing a whole lot more than I had the last game. So just come out ready to play and, dominate. We felt like we should really dominate these guys. And we just wanted to go out and play the game the right way and have fun.
How much fun is it not only to be playing the game, but to watch Vince Carter?
Man, Vince is amazing. He do some crazy things, but, really I'm having fun. And, none of the other spectacular plays that we making could happen.
4 years in the league. Last 3 years, you've scored over 20 points a game. Last year, the 6th leading rebounder in the league. What's it like to finally get some recognition, some credit?
It's cool. As far as just being here and being on the Dream Team, I look at it as just an honor and a privilege, and probably something that I'll remember forever and share with my family and friends.
Is there any concern at all about winning the gold medal?
No, I think we're pretty confident that we can win it. It'd be hard to go back home if we don't, though.
All right, thanks a lot. Great game. Let's go back to Marvin Hubie.
105-49 victory over Japan. Thanks to our producer, Jay Hoover, our director, Lonnie Dale, our statistician, Paul Evans. Coming up next on TNT, Witchblade. So for Craig Sager and Hubie Brown, this is Marv Albert saying sayonara from Saitama, Japan. Thanks for tuning in. Good night, everybody.
USA inbounding with a 15-point lead. That last foul, not in the act of shooting, so Payton setting it up. Vice comes out to bump him a bit, slow him down, which he did, but Payton still goes right at it, misfires. Bonato gets with a sloppy pass. Carter inside! And the crowd responds to a spectacular dunk from Vince Carter.
Now you see why Frederick Weiss is going to go play in Greece. He didn't want to see that on a nightly basis. My goodness, he was shot out of a rocket.
Airborne for Carter, and the lead is up to 17. This crowd, as Lisa Shavers fires, run down nicely by Julian. Ball knocked out of bounds. This crowd likes to root against the United States because the overwhelming favorite, but they love when this stuff happens.
That's why I said now a smile and the energy and the crowd, you have a palm of your hand. I mean, they just want to love Vince Carter here. This guy has so much talent. Just look at this spectacular takeoff. He jumped over his head. I mean, Frederick Weiss, you got to know, man, a guy's coming to do that, you got to take a foul.
That's like something that was set up in a slam dunk contest.
Look at this. He scissored over his head. It's almost like, where did he go? My goodness gracious. Vince Carter, slam dunk champ. And more importantly that, a guy who now is becoming a great all-round player. The great steal. Wow. A kick in the leg.